Hello, hello, and welcome to another Chris McPherson Show live watch along. Some hoops action again tonight. The New Zealand Breakers playing host to the Sydney Kings. It is must win for both of these sides as they try and climb the ladder. For the Sydney Kings, the visitors, they are without Bull Quoll and Xavier Cooks tonight. Two big MIAs. Quoll done for the season. Cooks a day by day with an ankle injury waiting for confirmation, but they're going to be two big losses, especially on the defensive end. And there's going to be some players needing to step up. The Breakers need to win this one to keep in touch with Tasmania for that last play in Perth and Sydney after those two losses last weekend. If they want to have a win and want to chase those top two spots, they need to win some of these games. Hello, Ken. Good to have you on, mate. Great to be back with you. Double-header tonight. Big night of action. Hopefully you caught the preview video. We've got some bets flying for this one. And we're really looking forward to what we've got to come. As I said, 4 hours of hoops, looking forward to it. But it'll be the Breakers and the Kings starting us off, that is for sure. What are you liking here, Ken? What are we chasing? Plenty to take apart in this game. As I said, Cooks and Quoll out of action will be massive for the Kings. So really looking forward to seeing what we can come with. Over 180, yeah. I think that was from memory. I'm just trying to go back through. Let me pull up my notes from earlier. I think that was one of my bets from the Hoops Hype video earlier today. So just trying to see. No, I went under 182.5. Under 182 in this and a half in this one. I want the Kings to win, even though it's a pick'em game. I think they've got enough talent. And then I like a bit of action on Quatnoy and Delhi. Someone's going to need to step up and make the points. So yeah, the Jacks game will be good. I have gone over on it. The line was quite low on the Jacks game, Ken. I think we had 171, 172.5 early. So has the line for this one dropped to 180? I'll be happy if it has, because that means I've taken a 2.5 point trade. So well, let's have a look. If you're just joining us for the first time, make sure to hit like and subscribe on the video and the channel. Couple of minutes till tip off now. So Kings slight favourites. They're about minus 115 now. Or $1.87 our pricing. Total's actually up to 183.5, Ken. So I'm not sure what price you took on the 110, but on the 180, sorry. We'll wait and see. So there's been a fair bit of money for the overs. But our lineups for tonight, let's refresh these. As I said, no Cooks, no Quoll. We knew Quoll was an out. Adelaide versus Tasmania, that's going to be a good clash, though. You're right. You're exactly right there, Ken. Let's see what we've got. New Zealand and Sydney. So for the Breakers, unsurprisingly, it's going to be Lopez, Menenga, PJC, Parker, Jackson, Cartwright, Isaiah Brockton. Rob Baker will still start. Bairstow will come off the bench. Britt, Tarangi, Lowe, Andrew, Davison, Tukaha Cooper, and Ty Webster. I'm looking forward to seeing what Davison can do. I think he's going to add some hustle here. Hey, AJ. Bull Quoll, their defensive guard. And Xavier Cooks, their four-man. Yeah, well, I dropped the video earlier on with my bets. Again, gamble responsibly on all of that. Don't bet don't bet over your head, all that sort of stuff. I have my thoughts. These two sides are two of the best defenses in the league. Sydney's the best defense in the league. New Zealand are the fourth best. The total's up to about 183.5. I've just seen 184.5 on one side. So, yeah, look, I think Sydney can win. It's a pick'em game. It's an opportunity for New Zealand to really chase this one down, but I just haven't loved the consistency. Hey, Chad, I've taken the Kings, I've taken the unders, and I've taken Noi over 12.5 and Dellavedova over 10.5 points. So speaking of that, the Kings will start with Davis. So Kendrick Davis, Tyler Robertson, Matthew Dellavedova, Tim Suarez, and Makawach Malawach. So Malawach will be playing the defensive role for Bull Quoll, and Tyler Robertson will come in at the 4 for Xavier Cooks. Their bench, Goodrick, Galloway, Bruce, Noy, Gok Malawal, and Lueth Awan. Hey, AJ, my bet's unders, Kings to win, and then Noy and Dellavedova both over their points, which were 12.5 and 10.5 when I placed my bets. Again, I'm only just over breaking even at the moment so far this season, so don't put too much credence in them. I think Adelaide will win, but I think it might be tight. So here we go. We're underway first quarter. Baker won the tip against Suarez, but knocked it out of bounds. Going again, though. This time it falls. Suarez bats it across, but it's picked up by Brockington. He takes his time. That was definitely a double dribble, but they've let it go. Parker Jackson Cartwright on the ball. Drives in towards the three-point line. Swings it wide. Three-point shot from Menenga. Just a little overhit. Malawach with the rebound. If you just joined us for the first time, make sure to hit like. Get involved in the comments. Always good to have you all with us. The Kings get their first points. They open the scoring. Now the Breakers lobbing it over, looking for the alley-oop. Brought down by Lopez. And Lopez gets the bucket. So it's Dellavedova the first bucket. Lopez the second. The next star gets there. Malawach carves into the lane. Little fake, turns, spins, drops it out to Delhi for a 3. Swings it wide. Robertson open 3. Just slightly spins it off and doesn't hit it. Suarez with a rebound. That was in the bucket for all money and spits back out. So it stays 2-2. 8:50 on the clock. Menenga goes to the hoop. Doesn't drop for him. Dellavedova rebounds. Pops it over the top. Malawach. Oh, he's lost possession. Oh, he's managed to throw it back in after he lost it. Managed to launch himself into the air and flick it back in, backhanded into the legs of Lopez, and it bounced out of bounds, so the Kings will get away with it and they'll have the ball. 8:33 to go. Big night of basketball action tonight in Australia. We've got this one straight into Adelaide versus Tasmania, so looking forward to that. No worries, AJ. We'll see you there. Come on back when we're ready. When you're ready, mate. Let us know what. Hopefully, it's not too late of a night for you on the tools, mate. Delhi just waiting for a ball here. 8:33 on the clock. Breakers only won 1 of their last 5. They've had a good record at home since the FIBA break, and this is a big opportunity for them. Oh, Delhi is dispossessed under the hoop. That would have been nice for us. Now Menenga working one-on-one versus Robertson. Fires it in. Suarez bats it down. It falls for Kendrick Davis. He's got an open man in Malawach. He'll hit the outside 3. Misses everything. Just clips a bit of backboard. And away we go again. 1:45 gone. Just 2 buckets so far. Rob Baker's there. Swings it wide. Lopez out to Brockington. Step back against Dellavedova for 3. And he drains it. That is a nice, sweet shot from the 45 on the left wing. New Zealand take the lead 5-2. Great to have you all tuning in. Don't be shy. Get involved in the comments. Let us know who you're backing, what you're chasing here. And of course, we'd love it if you hit like on the video and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We continue to chip away at those subscription numbers, trying to get to 750 in February. KD, nice bounce past Suarez up to the hoop. That looked like a foul, but it wasn't. He got away with the block, did Lopez. Now Baker charging through. That will be a foul, however. And it'll be New Zealand ball inbound in the offensive half. This is a doubleheader tonight on the Watchalongs. I have to jump into the separate stream when we get to the second game, but you'll be able to find it on our channel. Like and subscribe, and you'll have it all there for you. Little run around play for Parker Jackson Cartwright. Mid-range jumper, think scan. Lopez fakes the 3, goes into the paint, swings it down. Robertson gets last touch, does he? No. They're going to say it's come off Menenga, so it'll be King's ball at baseline. 7:33 gone, just 7 points so far. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know what you're up to on your Friday, wherever you are in the world. Kendrick Davis now drives it up to the 3-point line. Robertson for a deep three and absolutely cleans it up. 5-all. 7:15 on the clock. Tyler Robertson, big shoes to fill, filling in for Xavier Cooks. Malowatch tries to push Parker Jackson Cartwright wide. He does, but he gives away the foul. PJC, will it be a shooting foul? It will be. PJC will go to the line for the Breakers. 7:06 on the clock. 5-all. PJC hits the first, gives them the lead again. Don't know if anyone caught the game last night. That was a wild, fiery shootout, that was. We saw everything. We saw overtime. We saw ejections. We saw technical fouls flying. And then we saw Illawarra forget how to play basketball in overtime. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix getting another win. Second free throw missed and then went out of bounds. Sydney Kings ball now. Tyler Robertson taking it down court. Hands off to Malowatch. Dellavedova's in line with the lane but deep. Kendrick Davis out wide. Flies it out to the left wing. Robertson dribbles into the paint. Goes up, spins away, takes the two. Hey, Braden, I've lent to the Kings. I think they're a little bit of, not so much they're going to win, but I think their value at even money. Or roughly even money is. Lopez tries to go up and get down, but we've had a bit of a collision. He's worn some contact. Just trying to see what the call is here. They're going to say it's come off a foot or a leg. No, it's a foul, and Lopez will go to the line. Who do you like, Braden? You thinking the Kings or you thinking the Breakers from here? Lopez is going to have to check out for blood, even though he's wiping on their singlet, and the other referee's going to tell him you need a new singlet. It's got the clip from Dellavedova there. That's what the foul's for. Great to have you all tuning in. If you're with us for the first time, make sure to hit subscribe. If you're coming back, we'd love it if you'd hit like on the video. As Tarangi steps in and takes the free throw. Gets the first one, back to sevens. 6:35 on the clock. Yeah, it is. It's in Spark Arena in Auckland. Chad. So, yep, New Zealand's home court as Davison checks in. Second free throw goes down. Davison checks in for Baker. I'm just leaning towards Sydney here. Not with a huge amount of confidence in terms of the win, Lil Trey. But, yeah, I certainly think they'll get it done, or their value is probably the way I would suggest. Anytime, if you want those tips, just jump on. We normally put it up sort of 2 to 4 hours before we do a little preview video on the channel. We do that most days. We don't do it all days. Do it most days. Certainly try and do it the days where we've got watch-alongs where we can. Kendrick Davis swings it wide. Noise out there. Thinks about a three. Drives into the paint. Little shovel pass. Suarez with the fake. And it looks like he might have got the end one as well. Get that scoreboard fixed up. There we go. 9-8 Sydney. And yeah, with any of the scoreboards, Chad, that we do, we always have the home team on the left in Australia. That's a bit confusing. I know a lot of American sports, they will have New Zealand at Sydney left to right. So Suarez at the line to add another one. He does get that. 10-8. We need the three to drop. Time left, 6 minutes and 10 seconds in the first quarter, Ken. You're going okay. 45 is your magic number, you know that. That's all you're hitting. I mean, if you get a quarter like I did the other night, 60-something points. I don't know if you saw the game last night, Ken. It was like 230, 240 points. A little dunk there from Menenga. Ties us at 10s. 5:47 on the clock. Kendrick Davis just working it around in the paint. Fakes up one. Gets called for a travel, though. Turns it over. 5:37 on the clock. That was a great dunk from Menenga. He just out-muscled Suarez, out-maneuvered him too. 10-all. Be Breakers' ball. Parker Jackson Cartwright running the point. Swings it wide to Lopez. Lopez looking at his options. Oh, sorry, that's Tarangi. Lopez still off. Swings wide. Open three for Brockington. Hits the front of the rim. Malowach gets another rebound. Kendrick Davis marches it down over halfway. I took, it was 183.5 pre-game. I took 182.5 MW. Ball's gone out of bounds here. Off New Zealand. It'll be King's ball. Davis brings it back in. 10 on the shot clock. Kawat Noi gets up and gets 2 points. It's good for the tips from previous. We had Dellavedova over 10.5 and Noi over 12.5. Parker Jackson Cartwright up against Malowach. Yeah, look, they're two defensive sides normally. Sydney are without Bull Quoll, which is a big one. But with 12-10 after with 4:38 on the clock. Noi stepping across at the three-point line on the 45 to the left, just draws into the lane, tips his own ball home and takes another bucket. Sydney, the biggest lead of the day, by either side, 4 points, 14-10. 4:22 on the clock. I've gone the under on this one, Chris. Ken's on the over. Big three shot, doesn't go. Why the under? Do they not shoot threes? Both teams shoot threes, not as high as a couple of the other teams in the league. As Galloway goes into the paint, fires it back. There's Malowach for a three, doesn't go. Yeah, they're both sort of mid-range in the competition, both in terms of three-point accuracy and three-point shooting, but they're two of the top defensive sides in the comp, which is kind of why I lent there. Menenga swings it out. 3:48 on the clock. Mid-range jumper, 2 points going to Brockington. So KD now bringing it down. Kendrick Davis. Yeah, I'd be surprised if this is... Oh, what an alley-oop there for Malowach. That's nice basketball from Davis. I'm not sure it'll be down as far as 150, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the high 160s to 170s. I don't think we're going to get an easy ride on it where we're sitting there. With a quarter to go being home and hosed. And especially looking at this, we're at 28 already here with still 3 minutes to go. Parker Jackson Cartwright drives into the paint and gets it to drop. He wants a foul. Yeah, I think with how few points we've had early here, I haven't counted that bucket actually. It's still 16-12. Dellavedova gives it a Noi. He thinks about the three-point shot, goes into the paint, goes to the hoop, doesn't get it done. 2:52 on the clock. Yeah, that total will have dropped a little bit, I'd say, with only 28 points on the board so far and 2:44 on the clock. Goodrick gives a foul on Menenga. That'll be a shooting foul. Or is it Webster? Let's have a look here. I watch it on ESPN in Australia. It's going to be a close game, Zand. Just going to be interesting to see how the two teams come together. So it's just out of bounds here. It's not a free throw. Yeah, so watching on ESPN in Australia, I think Sydney were slightly better favourites than the bookies had them. I think they were value, but there's not a lot in this game. I probably would have added it maybe 3.5. They had it at half a point. Webster for 3. Overcooks it. Noi gets the rebound, gives it off. Dellavedova going down court. 2:27 to go. Dellavedova goes into the hoop, just throws it into the bottom of the backboard. That's horrible. Webster gets the rebound. Brockington for 3. Leaves it short. Another missed bucket. We've been a little while between drinks here. Davis. Bounce pass for Dellavedova. Delly in the paint on the edge of the lane. Up against Webster. And we've got a foul. Wasn't a shooting foul though, so it'll be sideline ball for the Kings. 2:09 on the clock, 16-12. Kings are shooting at 46%. The Breakers at 36%. Kings are 1 from 4 from 3. The Breakers 1 from 7 from 3. Sean Bruce is in the game. Dellavedova fires it. Noy goes into the lane. That's not going to go. Tipped away. Parker Jackson Cartwright on the quick break. Going down the other end. Gets inside Dellavedova. Just lays that one up and it drops home for 2 points. 1:54 to go in the first quarter. 16-14. And then Jalen Galloway goes the other end. Just beats his man. Pops up another bucket. There's a couple more buckets dropping. 18-14. 1:36 on the clock. Lopez is back out there after his blood incident before. Sounds a lot worse than it was. He just had a little bleeding nose. Parker Jackson Cartwright slides in behind the screen, gets to the free throw line, gives it up for Menenga. He'll hit the bucket and one. He'll go to the free throw line. That's another one maybe on Goodrick. So he'll go to the line with 1:24 on the clock in this first quarter. If you're joining us for the first time, make sure to hit like and subscribe. If you're not joining us for the first time, please hit like on the video as well. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Just give it that thumbs up. Doesn't take too much effort, just down there. That'd be wonderful. Helps us to grow the audience. The more I grow the audience, the more of these I can do. And we're also going to look at, over the last month of the season, trying to get a basketball-based either Discord or similar sort of setup. Everyone can engage in some chat, talk bets, all that sort of stuff around the videos. A bit more of a free-flowing piece. Dellavedova gets fouled as he goes into the lane. It's going to be a shooting foul. I need to add that one on from before. The free throw went in. I missed putting that on. 1:14 on the clock. How you feeling at the moment, Ken? 35 points, still a minute to go, so you can get a couple more. Bairstow checks in for Webster. Certainly need to see some more points from a couple of my guys. Here's Delhi now, sweeping around the three-point line. Gets to the top of the three-point arc, drops back towards halfway. Now drives into the paint, lays off for Robertson. He hits another three. That helps, Ken. 21-17, a minute on the clock. Parker Jackson Cartwright going to work here. Takes on Galloway, gives it off to Davison. Davison's on the corner of the lane. Swings it wide to the right. Now they come back around. Ball comes back to Davison. Shovels to Parker Jackson Cartwright. Is up against Galloway and Dellavedova. Swings it deep. Deep three attempt and air ball absolutely misses everything. That'll be a shot clock violation. 37.7 on the clock. So, Kings ball here. Yeah, far too early. I was just trying to get a bite out of you, mate. It's all right. It's way too early. Sean Bruce checks out. Only takes one quarter, one way or the other, to really blow a total back the other way. Get another bucket or two here, and it's well on. Dellavedova drives down the court. Gives to Robertson. Galloway does well just to keep it in bounds. Flicks it onto Kendrick Davis as he leaps over the sideline. Davis works it around from the left sideline to the top of the three-point line. Gives it off to Quatnoy, who shapes for the three, drives in, goes up, doesn't go. Robertson tries to tip it, but we've got a foul on... Is it going to be Noy being fouled? No, it's going to be Noy giving the foul on his way back down. Did so well here to beat Davison back inside. Gets up. And then just bumps PJC out of the way. No, Robertson's got the foul. He's actually called on. Little swat on Davison. 12 seconds to go here. They should have the last significant possession here. The Breakers with a chance to cut this deficit down below 6. PJC goes up, doesn't get it. Galloway won't get a shot away. 23-17 it is at the break. Certainly going to be interesting to see from here. Hey, Bree, thanks for joining us. I tipped pre-game. As I said, we've been doing the Hoops Hype videos pre-game a couple of hours before the tip-offs happen. And for this game, I tipped the Kings to win. I tipped the unders. And then I also tipped Dellavedova and Noy as a double over their points. Nice, Manuel. Nice to see a winner. Happy days. That surely earns us a like and subscribe if you haven't already, my friend. And exactly that, for those of you joining us, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Help us to continue to grow the channel. Trying to chick away at it bit by bit here. Aiming for that 750 in February. That's where we want to get to, and eventually try and get to 1,000 and above. And as I said, we'll get the Discord or the Slack going for the basketball chat in the coming weeks. You'll all be invited along. You'll be able to join that. We'll put the links in the chat, etc. And then we'll have some more basketball chat, not just NBL. You can talk NBA. Did anyone see that? The Miami versus Chicago game in Chicago today got postponed because of condensation on the court. It was absolutely bucketing down outside, but water had obviously gotten in, and I think it was described by the courtside reporter as the surface feeling like it was coated in butter. It's pretty wild. But yeah, certainly, as I said, yeah, NBL, NBA, Korean basketball, European basketball, whatever you want to chat in there, we'll have channels for all of it. People can share their tips, keep some positive basketball conversation going. But yeah, happy for you there, Manuel. That's a great start, mate. So, again, if you haven't already, guys, like and subscribe. First quarter down. Let's have a look. There's a fair spread of points for the Kings. Tyler Robertson. Well, Tyler Robertson leads all comers. He's got 8. Quatnoy's got 6. So they're both off to a good start. For the Breakers, it's Isaiah Brockington with 5, PJC Parker Jackson Cartwright with 3, and Robert Lowe with 3. Rebounds, just 2 for Menenga for the Breakers of note. 3 for Makawatch Malawatch and 2 for Jalen Galloway for the Kings. Assists, Kendrick Davis has 2 for the Kings. And Lopez, Menenga, Parker Jackson Cartwright all 1 each for the Breakers. 1 steal for Suarez. 1 steal for Parker Jackson Cartwright. And that's about it of note. So we get all set for the second quarter. This total is going to be tight, I think. Second quarter is underway. Dellavedova on the ball for the Kings. Gives it off to Robertson. Robertson works it around. Quatnoy for 3. Oh, just a little overcooked. It was only a couple of millimetres overcooked. That would have been huge for our wagering. He would have been up to 9 points. Parker Jackson Cartwright swings it wide. Tarangi's there. Pops it over the top for Lopez. Lopez back to Tarangi. Deep for Parker Jackson Cartwright. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He goes for 3. Oh, that ball was in, then popped back out. They get the rebound, though. Plenty of time. They go for 3 again. Early shot. They don't get it, but the rebound falls for Kareem Lopez. He's up against Kendrick Davis. Gets a hand in and knocks it away for Tyler Robertson. Great defense from Kendrick Davis. That'll credit a steal. Davis sweeping around down the left-hand edge of the three-point arc. Drops it back to Dellavedova, who's just to the right of the lane, outside the three-point line. Quatnoy tries to make a run. Bounce pass in for Noy. And last touch off the Breakers. Baker trying to question that. Quatnoy has a bit of a chuckle with him, but it'll be King's ball. A little hard on the shot clock tonight. There's no live shot clock on the stream, so I'm having to try and get sightings of the game clock above the hoop. 4.1 on the shot clock here for the Kings. Kendrick Davis, wide 2. Doesn't get it to go. So it will be Parker Jackson Cartwright slicing through, turned over. Malawatch comes away with it. Just a fumble there. Malawatch is going to go to work himself and drops the bucket. He's taking on some responsibility tonight. Malawatch filling in for Bull Qual. And he's got an M1 as well. 8:42 on the clock, guys. Only here because I bet on the Breakers, hoping for a nice payout. All right, Testy. Well, stay along for the ride. We'll keep you up to date. Malawatch gets the free throw. Kings lead by 9. Very early days, Testy. I don't know if you've bet a lot on the NBL, and I don't want to assume either way that you've either bet a lot or not a lot. As Baker goes for 3, doesn't go. Davis with the rebound. But we've seen some wild swings in this. We've seen 25-point swings in games from the second quarter, 13-point swings in the last quarter. Davis almost gets his own rebound. It spills out wide. Now Parker Jackson Cartwright hands it off. Bairstow's there. Lopez, offensive foul. 8:11 on the clock, 26-17. Interesting game so far. Good to have all of you with us and tuning in. Again, love it if you hit like on the video, get involved in the comments. Don't be shy. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Matthew Dellavedova, irate with the referee there about a non-foul call. They swing it wide. Malowach for 3. Doesn't go. Dellavedova bats it back. Noy doesn't get it to go the first time. Doesn't get it to go the second time. Then he bats it in the third time. Gets himself a bucket. It's a big lead for the Kings. 28-17, 7:52 on the clock, and that looks like it's been a Breakers timeout. Good run to start this quarter. 5 unanswered points for the Kings. Pennsylvania in the United States, plenty of people from the US tuning in, Testy. That's great. Who's your NBA side, Testy? Is it Philly or the Cavs? Maybe even, I suppose the Wizards would be close if you're in the south of Pennsylvania. 76ers. Ninja, how you going? Good to have you with us. Tuning in from the US. 7:54 to go. It's a timeout here called by New Zealand. 76ers. The man from my hometown, Ben Simmons. He promised so much and delivered so little to your poor franchise. Xander, you want that Breakers comeback? Look, I'm on the Kings, you know that, so I can't cheer too hard for it. But hey, at the end of the day, at least we guarantee one of us is going to win. 28-17, 7:54 to go. I'm going to update on stats. Breakers shooting at the moment, 33% from the field, 9% from 3. Kings are 46% from the field, 28.5% from 3. 28-17. Parker Jackson Cartwright drives towards the edge of the lane, almost loses it, manages to regather. Brockington outside the 3, gives it to Parker Jackson. PJC winds up for 3. Doesn't go. Make that one from 12. Yeah, he did. He did have high potential. Hey, Mark, good to have you with us, mate. New Zealand's a decent team. They've just been really inconsistent. Ball batted out of bounds. Tarangi didn't even look and tapped it out of bounds. He didn't see it coming. Bounced off his arm, and it'll be King's ball on the offensive baseline. Yeah, New Zealand are okay, but with this one, this was basically a pick'em game. 2 of the Kings starting 5 are out of action. Malowach under the post, gets up and gets down for 2 more. Brockington is playing, yes. He's got through about 8 minutes out of 13 so far, so playing some reasonable minutes. Davison, a little hit and spin. That's a nice move. Oh, but he doesn't get it to go, and Robertson comes away with the rebound. I thought Davison might be a little bit of a spark and an X factor. He's a lively type. Dellavedova in for an unmarked Suarez under the post. Another 2 points for the Kings. They're turning the screws here, Sydney. 6:50 on the clock. Breakers still yet to score in the second quarter. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Kings are missing Xavier Cooks, who's a former MVP, played some games for the Wizards. And New Zealand have stepped on the baseline. This is New Zealand basketball. This is what happens. They've got really good players, but they just keep doing silly things. Xavier Cooks is out, and then their defensive shutdown man who they send on, the strike guards for the other team. Bull Quall's done his ACL. Cooks will be back in the next couple of games. Bull Quall will miss the rest of the season. So they've got a guy called Malowach filling in for him, another player of Sudanese heritage. There's quite a few of those in the NBL. Kendrick Davis goes to the hoop, gets another bucket for the Kings. All of a sudden, to start this quarter, it is an 11-0 run. This is huge. Parker Jackson Cartwright swings it wide, and Davison just handles it over the sideline. The Breakers can't get out of their own way at the moment. My goodness, this has been a very ordinary first 4 minutes. New Zealand are struggling because they make silly mistakes. Like that one where a player passed the ball to an open player who was having a daydream. AJ, you're back. Yeah, Xander, they're not doing you any favours. Kendrick Davis for 3 and drains it. That does not help. 20-point lead all of a sudden. This is wild. They led by 4. They scored the last bucket of the last quarter, and now they have scored 14 unanswered points. Davison for 3. Doesn't go again. That makes it 1 from 13 for 3 for the Breakers. 5:30 on the clock. Davis on the 45 outside the three-point line. Steps up for another 3. Doesn't get this one. Menenga rebounds. Maybe that's what they need. Quick ball here. They lay it up and they miss. An open layup. My words, that Lopez. And he nearly gives a foul at the other end. Sean Bruce misses a layup. I think they can. I don't think they will. Testy. But again, as our great friend Nick the Savage, if he was here, would tell us, in the NBL, back unders, back outsiders. 5:02 on the clock. And we've got a foul here. The Breakers have gone 4:58 without a point in this quarter. Yeah, I don't like to bet against Bryce Cotton, especially at home. I think Adelaide, the biggest question I've got with Adelaide is where their motivation's at. They're like 4 games clear at the top, as New Zealand have an inbound ball on the offensive baseline and somehow throw it back over halfway and turn it over for a backcourt violation. My goodness. What are they doing? And then they call a timeout. 5 minutes on the clock. This quarter so far is 14-0 to the Kings. I don't like seeing it, even though I'm on the Kings. Yeah, they are finding some weird and wonderful ways to turn this ball over, Mark. Let's have a look at the turnovers. Turnovers are 9-2 against the Breakers. We are 5 minutes into this quarter. Oh, they've just adjusted the clock to 5:01. 4 minutes 59 into this quarter, and they are yet to score a bucket. It is absolutely wild times. Absolutely wild. I know plenty of you have heard it already, but if you're just joining us, make sure to hit like on the video. Keep bumping those up. Continues to help us grow our platform. Get involved in the comments. And, of course, make sure to hit subscribe if you're enjoying it. Testy, I watch it on ESPN Australia. So they have the rights here. There was talk that the NBA app was going to show it in the US, but no one seems to be able to find that, which is interesting because it's been spruiked over here that was going to be the case. But yeah, I watch it on the ESPN Australian channel. Or channels. We've got 2 ESPNs here. So 5:01 on the clock. You can watch it on Bet365. Yeah, okay. I don't know that they're in every state though over there, from what I understand, AJ. Quatnoy, ball back in. Sean Bruce coming round on the right. Dispossessed. Parker Jackson Cartwright, great steal. Yeah, I like the vibe we get going in here with everyone talking, AJ. It's nice. Baker for 3, and that is an air ball that has gone absolutely nowhere near anything. Dear, oh dear. What I think is New Zealand are doing a really good job of embarrassing their home fans right now, AJ. If that's what you're asking. Quite Noy's back out there. We need Delhi out there to get some buckets. Bruce, Noy for 3. Drains it. Oh dear, this is not looking good. That takes Noy up to 11 points. We only need him for 2 more. We need some points from Delhi. Baker, and easy layup over the top of someone, and he misses that as well. We're now 5 minutes 47 gone. No points this quarter for New Zealand. Hey, Hez. Kendrick Davis. Bucket waved away. But I think he's going to go to the free throw line here. I think we might have a coach's challenge on this one. Bryce, 25 points, minus 125. Bryce, 3 threes, minus 185. Money line for plus 155. Loading up on the 36s. So what do you got? Bryce for 25 points. Bryce for 3 threes. Oh, then you got the double at 250 and the money line. Which money line have you got? Tasmania? So there's been an offensive foul called and Sydney are trying to have it overturned. 36s, are they the outsiders tonight? Plus 155? Or is that with those other two bets? I'm confused. I thought they were 5.5 point favourites. All three combined, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. You just need Bryce to go off. He hasn't quite been in his best form. I said that in our preview video today. It's like he's been in fourth gear the last couple of weeks. So the coach's challenge is unsuccessful. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate that, mate. I am well north of where the bushfires are. They're down in sort of regional Victoria, as I understand it. But I appreciate the thought, mate. It is pretty wild what we're seeing down there. Pretty devastating. I'm lucky to live in a wonderful country, but we have some weird and wonderful climates. Oh, what about that alley-oop dunk from Carlin Davison? The Breakers are on the board. Took 6 minutes and 10 seconds to get their first bucket of this quarter. Sean Bruce gives it off to Kawatnoy. He comes around, sweeping right. Bounce pass back to Suarez outside the three-point arc. Dellavedova's back out there. Gives it to Sean Bruce. Sean Bruce, a little hit and spin. Delly's there. Takes it up towards the three-point line. Drives in towards the paint. Tries to create some space. Gets a little fend back. Gives it to Suarez, who shoots for 3, but it's going to be a shot clock violation. 40-19 it remains. 3:21 on the clock. Kings leading. They've had a dominant quarter. Oh, I'm glad it's not close enough for you to leave, mate. And hopefully, you and all of yours are safe. I don't want to see any lives or as minimal lives impacted or lost as we can as Suarez gets up on the rebound. Takes the bucket, and he's going to get an M1 as well. So, yeah, Mark, that's a pretty good bet at this point, isn't it? Well, up to 19-2 at the moment. 17-2. That is 19-2 now, and Suarez will go to the line to make it 20-2. I can't remember seeing such a lopsided quarter. You see some runs for 3 or 4 minutes. Suarez gets another. 43-19 with under 3 minutes to go till half time. Parker Jackson Cartwright. Bounce pass in now. Menenga gives it back to PJC. He's on the 45 outside the three-point arc to the right. Brings it back to the left, same spot. Lopez goes for 3. Hits the rim and skims out of bounds. New Zealand Breakers are 1 for 14 from three-point range. They're shooting at 7% from there and 27% from the field at the moment. They are not having a good night. Suarez inbounds for Dellavedova. 2:35 on the clock. Dellavedova beats Parker Jackson Cartwright, drives down court, goes to the lane, swings it out, open Suarez, thinks about the 3, decides to go into the lane, goes over the top and just leaves it short. Menenga gets the rebound. 2:22 on the clock. Flicked it back. Noy gets a touch on the pass from Lopez, but it goes to Davison. He gets a little 1-2 with Parker Jackson Cartwright. Menenga goes to work in the post, doesn't get it to go, batted away by Dellavedova. Galloway gets it. Another stop for the Kings. Noy driving in. Goes up over the bucket. Well, there's his points that we needed. Quite Noy's up to 13 already, so he's serviced. I just need Delhi to pick up some buckets. He's having a good time, Quat Noy, the boy from Newcastle. Same hometown as Ben Simmons. Talking about Ben Simmons before. You should have doubled down, Mark. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Parker Jackson Cartwright gives it off. Brockington, Parker Jackson Cartwright again. 1:45 on the clock. PJC swings it wide. Lopez for 3. And it finally bobbles around and drops. They finally get their second 3 of the game. They're 2 from 16 from 3-point range. Not pretty reading still. Galloway driving in, finds the back of a leg. Suarez for 3, doesn't go. There's 3 breakers there, and Davison takes the rebound. 1:22 on the clock. PJC swings it wide. Brockington drives in. Dellavedova closing him down. Menenga for 3, leaves it short. Malowach bats it straight to the hands of Parker Jackson Cartwright, who overcooks it. Last touch will be... Oh, we've got a foul. It's a hard one. I feel like they'll start to rest players, especially since they've got a couple of injuries, AJ. It's not to say it won't happen, but, you know, I feel like they'll start to rotate some of their guys like Delhi, Suarez, maybe even, especially with a 20-something point lead, if they get into the fourth quarter and they're leading by a bit. As the ball comes in and Lopez is fouled. 1:09 on the clock. Great to have you all with us. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up down below, please. Hit that like, just so you can see the little basketball bounce. Yeah, Delhi's been around for a while. He's the old stager now. I mean, he goes back. I'm trying to think when I say he's the old stager, he is all of 35. Davison now for low. Gives it to Parker Jackson Cartwright. Just over a minute on the clock. Goes into the lane. Fires it wide. Brockington for 3. Doesn't get it. Low gets the rebound, though. Under a minute now. They go up. Parker Jackson Cartwright can't get it, but he gets his own rebound. Fires it out. Davison. They go wide. Low for 3. Airballs it. Delhi grabs it quickly. Fires it down court for Galloway. Boom. Kings with another bucket. 47-22. 42 seconds on the clock. The Breakers take a timeout. So, yeah, Delhi began with the Cavs in 2013. Let me check that. Did they change it to a 2? They did too. That's brutal. On review, back to a 2. That hurts. Not exactly what they needed, was it, Mark? 24-4 this quarter. 43 seconds on the clock. Tough for the overs punters. Did Delhi play in the NBL before going to the NBA? No, he. I think he was at the Australian Institute of Sport, which is kind of, yeah, like it's like an academy sort of thing. And then he went to college at St Mary's. I think he did all 4 years. Gerald, well done, my friend. Well done. Love to say it. Love to see it. So yeah, yeah, he did 4 years at St Mary's. A lot of Aussies have gone through St Mary's College in California. So yeah, and then draft-wise, I'm trying to think what happened with the draft. I don't think he got drafted, and then he joined the Cavs for the Summer League, and then spent a few seasons there. And in his last season there, I think he won a championship before he went to the Bucks. Minus 16.5 Kings, Gerald. That's brave. Oh, geez. Trying to give that money back. Cavs, Bucks, then back to Cavs. And then came out here to Melbourne, went back to Sacramento for a little bit, back to Melbourne, and now Sydney. Lopez for 3. Oh, that just hurts. It spins out, and Suarez gets the rebound. 26 seconds on the clock. Is going to be about a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Yep, 7.3-second differential. Galloway goes into the bucket, goes up, gets fouled. He'll get 2 shots. Under is looking good at this stage, MW. Ball game is done. Hello, Tony. How are you, mate? Galloway gets it. Yeah, look, I mean, we've seen some wild things, but a team that scored 21 points in one half of basketball, including 4 points in this quarter, it's hard to see them turn this around. Galloway misses. 16.5 seconds on the clock. New Zealand should have the last meaningful possession and hopefully cut the deficit down to 25 at half time. Parker Jackson Cartwright turns the ball over. That'll do me. They are doing some horrible things. Galloway goes up. That'll be a foul with 1.2 seconds on the clock, and he'll go to the line again. You'll sleep great. It's 2 a.m. here. Yeah, well, that's fair enough too, Mark. It's good to have you join us for a little bit while you're in that insomnia world, my friend. Maybe that'll be my next thing. I'll start doing some of those sleep meditation videos. Just use my tone. Soothing enough to put you to sleep, you think, Mark? 1.2 seconds on the clock till half time. 48-21. Jalen Galloway at the line for another 2 free throws. Looking to add to his already 5 points. It's the first one. Kings could be up to 50 at half time at this rate. 49. 49-21. Hits the second. There's the 50. Raise the bat, Sydney. New Zealand are not going to get a shot away in time. And that is all she wrote. 4 points in that half. Absolutely brutal. In that quarter, sorry. Absolutely brutal. Just poor, the Breakers. I don't know what else to say. Their leading scorer at the moment is Isaiah Brockman with 5 points. They're shooting at 22% from the field, 5% or 5.5% from the three-point arc. There's just nothing to talk about. Sam Menenga's got 5 rebounds. Yeah, that is one of the worst. It's one of the worst NBL quarters I can remember seeing ever. We'll run through Sydney because there's plenty of points to talk about there. Quatnoy leads with 13 points. He's also got 6 rebounds and an assist. We then have Tyler Robertson, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Tim Suarez, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Makawach Malawach, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Kendrick Davis, 5 points, a rebound and 2 assists. Sean Bruce has got 2 assists. Delhi's got 2 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Sydney's got 4 steals. Turnover count is 10-5. Sydney's has stepped up a little bit. The lowest was 25 this season. In terms of points in a quarter? Or in terms of first halves? Yeah, right. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So that'll be the worst quarter we've seen this year. But it is, at this point, 50-21. Everything favouring Sydney. Let's see some Delhi points in the second half to get things going. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'll rejoin you guys in about 8 to 10 minutes with the second half from Auckland. New Zealand Breakers versus Sydney Kings. Stay active in the chat. Make sure to hit like if you haven't already on the video. And get involved in the comments. Hit subscribe as well. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Take two. We're back. What have we got from the halftime break, everyone? Manuel, another quarter under. Well done, mate. Good start for you. How about -3.5? Gerald's, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but as you say, the law of averages has got to kick in. Surely they've got to come good. And what's the motivation for the Kings here? Like, there's only so much they can do putting them to the sword. I think they'll be happy just to try and maintain the lead. And I think, a few buckets have got to go. There's so many misses in that quarter for them. They've hit 8 buckets so far, so 8 from 36. And surely New Zealand have got to figure it out at some point to stop shooting from 3-point range. They've shot 50% of their shots from outside 3, and they've only got one of them. So inside the 3-point line, they're 7 from 18. Outside it, they're 1 from 18. Go figure. I mean, the Kings are probably shooting slight overs for their 3-point range at the moment. They're 4 from 11. So I think that might come back a little. 20 from 39 is even a touch high for their usual shooting percentage as well overall. So we shall see. We shall see. You're in a good position, though, if you did take the tips that we suggested before the game, which is a rarity. Kings lead by 29 points, 50-21 here. The two teams get their last instructions. Television coverage is zoomed in on a kid eating a hot dog. I'm not quite sure what's happening. No, because he's eating it sideways. That's a little odd. So he's got it like this and he's... Yeah, anyway. Not how I'd eat a hot dog, but each their own. It seems like it'd be messy. I won't talk about the right and wrong ways of eating a hot dog. I don't know that there is by, the structure of it. I think there's just the way we normally, we would all do it, or most of us, I would assume. Tell me if I'm wrong. Does anyone else eat the hot dog like that way? Rather than end on? Who knows? How did we get onto hot dogs? What else is happening, guys? Anyone been watching any NBA today? Let me know. Get involved. Any college games? What's happening in the college world? We're underway in the third quarter. New Zealand with the ball. Breakers win. That would be wild, Hez. That would be wild. Parker Jackson Cartwright out to Lopez. PJC decides to pull up for another 3, and it does not drop. Surprise, surprise. They're now 1 from 19 from 3-point range. Kendrick Davis. He's got Delhi there. Delhi sweeps it wide to Robertson. Back to Delhi. Fires it in. Suarez there. Davis for 3. And that hits. That is just salt in the wounds if you're a Breakers fan. Oh, my goodness. 53-21. They swing it wide. They think about the open 3. They drive into the paint. Brockington thinks about another 3. They swing it wide. Still 10 on the shot clock. Parker Jackson Cartwright. Baker's going to go for 3. And it does not hit. Davis gets the rebound. Suarez tries to keep it in bounds. But I think it will be New Zealand ball. The Breakers are currently shooting at 5% from 3-point range. This is going to be New Zealand ball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. He swings wide. Parker Jackson Cartwright to Brockington. Sends it deep. Lopez. Sydney just crowding inside, forcing them to take the 3s. And Lopez hits one. Finally. Finally, say the Breakers fans. 1:10 into this quarter, and they get one. Delhi's on the ball. Matthew Dellavedova working hard here. Drifts across to the left. Looking for the screen from Suarez. Fires it to Robertson, who swings it wide. Malowach cuts in towards the paint. Robertson for 3. It's just going to be a 3-point shootout now. He misses. Guys, you can go inside the arc to shoot. 8:22 on the clock. Lopez steps into the paint. Gives it off to Menenga. He's a bit gun-shy about shooting. Fires it wide. Lopez with some dance moves for footwork. Fires it back. Brockington gets up over the top and drives it home. And he'll get the N1 as well. They look gun-shy at the moment. They don't want to shoot some of these, gang. Two from 21 from 3. They go to the free throw line. They're 4 from 5 from there. Brockington gets it to bump and drop for another bucket. 27. 8:03 on the clock. Robertson gives it to Malowach. Malowach slices through into the paint, lays it up. Oh, it rims out. That looked pretty. That looked real pretty until it didn't drop. Parker Jackson Cartwright, little crossover. Sweeps around under the hoop, gives it to Baker. Can't get it to go. Malowach tries to go. Falls for Parker Jackson Cartwright, and he can't get it there again. They take the rebound. Delhi swings it wide. Robertson for 3. Hits it. Sydney just on fire from outside. They are now 56-27. Baker's calling for it. He's open on the right wing. Parker Jackson Cartwright goes back the other way. Brockington gives it off. Lopez. Wide on the left. Steps back for 3. Airballs it. Robertson. Davis. Quick ball out in front of Malowach. He can't get it in. Parker Jackson Cartwright takes a touch. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Sydney Kings ball. Offensive baseline. This is helter-skelter stuff. 7:17 on the clock. Let us know if you're new to the channel, where you're tuning in from. Make sure to hit like on the video, that little thumb down below. And if you're enjoying it, hit subscribe if you haven't already. I know plenty of you have. Delhi goes up and over and misses. What are our thoughts here, guys? Can the Breakers fight back? Here we go. 3-point shot from Brockington. No. And 3 points, though, for Baker. Oh, Nick. The bets are looking okay that I suggested, but I know, considering you like outsiders and the unders looking okay, though. Dellavedova swinging around. Gives it to Davis. Just need some points from Delhi here. Delhi gives it to Robertson. He thinks about another 3. Delhi, he'll go up for 3. Oh, finds the front of the rim. Malowach gets the rebound, though. Kendrick Davis has got Robertson there at the point. Robertson will go for a 3-pointer, and he hits another one. He is absolutely red hot this quarter, Tyler Robertson. That is his 3rd 3. Make that his 4th 3. We're going to have a foul on Kendrick Davis. And 18 points already in this quarter. Kings lead by 29, 6:21 on the clock. Tyler Robertson has 4 from 6 3-pointers. 3 of those this quarter. He's now the leading scorer with 14 points. Done a great job filling in. Lopez gets a little lob pass, gets up, beats one, gets over, puts in for a little layup, 2 points. 59-32, 6:07 on the clock. Lopez is up to 9 points. Davis turns it over. Brockington on the quick break. Galloway does well, just reaches through and dispossesses him. He gives it off to Malowach. 3-on-2 here. Kendrick Davis bounces for Suarez. He goes up. And he's been fouled in the action too. So he'll get the 2 points and he'll get to go to the free throw line again. Just when it looks like they're coming away with something, they turn it back over. This is beautiful work here. Galloway just getting the steal after the mistake from his teammate. Trying to turn the screws here, Sydney. Suarez gets the bucket, or gets the point, I should say. 30-point lead. Petri Koppinen, New Zealand Breakers coach, looks like he's about to break into tears, and I understand why with what his side showed so far tonight. Baker for 3. Floats it. It just sort of wobbled in the air. Galloway, little flick, no-look pass. After he's double-teamed to Kendrick Davis, he gets across half court. I think my value bet's going to be undone by Matthew Dellavedova here. Oh, what about that for an alley-oop for Malowach? Beautiful work from Kendrick Davis. 64-32, equal biggest lead of the game. Parker Jackson Cartwright, step back for 2, floats it up. Doesn't quite drop. Suarez with the rebound, gives it to Davis. Under pressure from Brockington, but he pulls back, pulls the tempo, and then trickles it across halfway. 5 minutes on the clock. Nice open look for Suarez inside against Parker Jackson Cartwright. They get another 2. The Kings are just continuing on here, driving home their advantage. 4:46 on the clock. Menenga drives in. Galloway just pulls it out of his hands. He was too busy watching Suarez. Now Galloway will go all the way down the other end, lay up and take two. This is an absolute clinic from the Kings. They've got a point to prove after losing those 2 games last weekend. And they are absolutely showing up and showing off. 4:35 on the clock, 100 points on the scoreboard so far. This quarter's been a bit more free-flowing, but even that, 18-11 to the Kings. Hey, Rich, yeah, it is pretty embarrassing. Imagine putting up this sort of display, 1, but 2, in front of your home fans. Friday night lights, and you dish this up. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What must they be thinking? I'm surprised their fans haven't left already. I mean, I don't encourage that sort of behaviour, but it's really questionable. Really questionable. It's a bizarre, bizarre situation. In the timeout, 68-32, 4:38 on the clock. Let's have a quick run through. We've had a few points. Have a quick run through just the points leaders. Karim Lopez is up to 9. Isaiah Brockton's up to 8 for New Zealand. They're responsible for more than half of their points. Tyler Robertson, 14. Kwatnoi, 13. Tim Suarez, 13. Makawach Malawach, 9. Kendrick Davis, 8. Jalen Galloway, 9. So Sydney have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players equal to or better than the Breakers' best. Lopez now with a spin. Fires one. Somehow finds low, but he can't get the bucket to go. Last touch off Suarez will be. You got Sydney Kings plus 3.5 for quarter 3. Oh, Ketter, that's good betting at this stage. Good at betting if you can get it. There we go. There's a bucket back for the Breakers. They get to stop the Kings though. Galloway's there. And we're going to have a foul on low, are we? Got a feel for the home crowd, as I say. Galloway at the line gets one, 69-34. Two from two, 70-34. They lead by 36, their biggest lead of the game. They just keep stretching it. Now Webster's going to try and do it all himself. Lowe's drops it back for Lowe. Open 3. Noy gets a rebound. Kendrick Davis moving around, trying to drive it out of the half court. Gets there, gives it to Kwatnoi. Open 3. And he drains it. King Kawat. How good is the man? 73-34. Webster. Fires it wide. Oh, dear. Lopez loses it off his own shin. Webster gets it back, then misses the jumper, and Galloway gets the rebound. 2 players are down, Suarez and Menenga. Little bump pass for Noy. And swatted away. Good stop by Lopez. This is the type of shit that only happens when I put money on a team to win. It always feels like that, doesn't it? Ketter, what happened during quarter 2? The Breakers played horribly. I could find some more offensive ways to describe that. They're playing better this quarter, but they're still not playing good. They just played horribly. They kept trying to put up 3-point shots. Sydney defended really well. They blocked out the 3-point. They blocked out the inside the paint, made them go from range. Galloway, nice little ball under for Bruce. Malowich thinks about the 3-point shot. Gets back inside, fires it out. Sean Bruce is there for 3. Doesn't go. Oh, they nearly mix up the rebound there. New Zealand, they were uncontested and they contested it with each other. Lopez gives it to Webster. Back to Lopez at the top of the 3-point line. 45-degree 3-point shot doesn't go for them. And that's what happens, I suppose. They're 3 from 26 now from 3-point range. Galloway for 3, doesn't go. Webster gets the rebound. 73-34, 2:16 on the clock. Hindsight again, Gerald. W is a W. Fire it out now. Webster on the 45 from the left for 3. Doesn't go. Batted down and Malowich gets it. I don't think my Delhi bet's going to get up. I don't think we'll see him again at this rate. Sean Bruce for Kawat Noi. He's getting plenty of minutes and plenty of points. Noi goes to work under 2 players and gets the bucket. Kawat Noi killing it. My goodness, the man's on fire. He's up to 18 points. He's also got 7 rebounds. Now we've got a foul. I think it's on Sean Bruce. I think quarter 4 is going to be an absolute lottery, Ketter. Absolute lottery. And who's going to play, how interested they're going to be, because the game is over. 41-point lead. Everyone's just playing for pride, and New Zealand missed a free throw there from Tarangi. That's not ideal. I think right now Brian Gordon's trying to protect his players so much he'd put himself in if he could. He gets the second one. I was going to say, you're going to see Malawal and Awan probably come in. I think Malawal's just come in. Yeah, he's in already. They'll get some minutes now, which is great for Sydney Kings for their development. Sean Bruce, who hasn't played a lot of minutes, is starting to get a few more at the moment, which is good. There he is. Bounce pass into Suarez on the edge of the lane. Fires it back out to Bruce. Steps across. Fires it to Malawal, who drives into the paint. Webster takes it from him. Not ideal for the youngster. They fire it wide. Tarangi thinks about a 3. Comes back to Webster on the 45. This is some dire basketball for the Breakers. Their season all but on the line. I think from here it's going to mean they need to win every game. There they go. They get a 3-pointer finally from Bairstow, just trying to keep things moving. 75-38. 51 seconds on the clock. Sean Bruce driving in. Nice little layup. Doesn't go, though. Just too much finger roll. Drops it back. If you're just joining us for the first time, make sure to hit like on the video. Get involved in the comments. And if you've enjoyed the commentary, not the game, because it's been pretty disappointing, especially if you're on the Breakers, make sure to hit subscribe. Davison for 3. Leaves it a touch short, but we've got a foul under the hoop on Sean Bruce. I think you might see the Breakers get a few soft calls from here, guys, too. Tends to be the case in some of these blowout games. The Sydney Kings in that second quarter went on a 22-point scoring run. That is absolutely wild. When you compare that, New Zealand's best scoring run in this game has been 6. Lowe's there, looking for the alley-oop with Tarangi. Bounce pass out. Bairstow's there, decides to come in, slides in under, gets another bucket. He's providing some glimpses of positivity for the side. Suarez under pressure. Sean Bruce running point. 6 seconds on the clock before 3-quarter time. Bruce, is he going to just pull up for 3? Gives it to Robertson. Time expires. Malawal showing a bit of his inexperience there. Probably should have just fired one. Robertson, though, gives the youngster a pat on the back. And at 3-quarter time, it is 75-40. The Sydney Kings have this one in the bag. We'll get 2 of our 3 bets. I'm pretty confident we won't get our third one. 1 on numbers and 2. We're just not going to see much, if any, of Matthew Dellavedova in this 4th quarter. He's only played 17 minutes so far. Sydney plus 3.5, quarter 4 is a steal. Let's go. Oh, good luck, Ketter. The way New Zealand are shooting, Sydney could send 3 players out there and they'd probably still get past them. But what a dominant performance. To be fair, New Zealand have been bad, but Sydney have equally been good. They're shooting at over 50% from the field, over 40% from 3-point range. They've taken 10 less 3-point shots, but sunk 4 more. They are 8 from 19 versus 4 from 29. So let's have a look for the Kings. Kawatnoi, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Tyler Robertson, 14 points, 3 rebounds, no assists. Tim Suarez, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals and a block. Jalen Galloway, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, no assists. And then we're back to Malowach on 9, Kendrick Davis on 8 points. For the Breakers, their leading scorer is Isaiah Brockington, who is on 10 points. They also have Kareem Lopez on 9 points. Brockington's 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Kareem Lopez is 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Bairstow's next on 5 points, 3 rebounds. Other notables, Menenga with 6 rebounds and 2 points, 1 assist. Parker Jackson Cartwright has 3 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but 4 turnovers. When you have a look at Parker Jackson Cartwright, Menenga and Lopez, they've committed 10 turnovers between them. It's, far from ideal, I think it's fair to say. 75-40 at 3-quarter time here. Bairstow's been a small shining light in that 3rd quarter for them. 35-point comeback. Yeah, exactly. They just need to score like 37-1. That'll do the job. 37-2. All right, 4th quarter's underway, and the Kings break straight away, and Galloway dunks it. My goodness. I haven't even had time to click 4th quarter, and they've already scored. 40-77. 3-point shot from Webster. Doesn't go. He rebounds his own ball. Gets up. Gets down for the 2. Just going to be going through the motions from here, gang. Maybe start strapping in and thinking about the next game might be your best bet. Galloway for 3. Open 3, and he hits the top of the backboard. That's poor. When I say open 3, there was no one within 5 metres of him. Carlin Davison looking for a teammate. Lowe's out wide. The big boy's going for 3. Overdoes it. Robertson. It's not over until it's over. Hez. I'm happy to call this one. They lead by 35 with 9 minutes on the clock, and Tim Suarez is in the post trying to get it done. Rebounds his own ball. Fires it out. The Kings are just going to control this. Delhi is back out there. Get up, Delhi. Get the points. There we go. There's a bucket for the big man. Well, the not so big man, really. Only need another 7 points from him. Go on a run, Delhi. Fill the bucket. Bairstow. Gets some open space. Up against Suarez now. Bounce pass inside. Mismatch for Lowe. He goes over the top and hits it. You think they're going to come back, Hez? Live by the cave. You got the under. That's good, mate. Well done. Kendrick Davis swings it now. Robertson thinks about a 3-point shot. Davis thinks about going. Pipes it back to Delhi. No. Throws himself acrobatically, drawing the foul. Delhi was open for 3, KD. Come on. He only had eyes for the hoop once he drove into that paint, KD. What do you think you should bet on Jack Jumpers versus the 36ers? Well, I can't tell you what you should bet on. I can tell you what I've bet on as Davis hits his first free throw. Gets him up to 80. Davis lining up for a second. Drains that one too. What did I put my bets on? I took the over 172.5. I then took Magnay, Bannon, and Cheatham all to get 6 rebounds. Davison here swings it wide. And then my value bet, which was at about plus 240, as Tarangi gets 2 points back for the Breakers, was Zylan Cheatham, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. So I had the over 172.5. Will Magnay, Josh Bannon, and Zylan Cheatham all to get 6 or more rebounds. As Tyler Robertson thinks about a 3-point shot, they work it around, swings it back, Malawach. And he drains a 3 for the Kings. So, yeah, so we've got the overs, the 3 players all to get 6 rebounds, and then Zylan Cheatham, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 or more assists. There we go. Breakers with 3. Ruben Tarangi. Now we've got some points happening, guys. A little bit too late for many. Ruben Tarangi just hit 1,900 career points in the NBL. Kendrick Davis goes for a 3. Robertson bats the ball out of play, tries to appeal for it, but it will be Breakers' ball. 84-49, 7:07 on the clock. So hopefully that helps Zand. Don't hold me responsible. That's just what I bet on. If you follow me and you lose, well, that's tough. You can share in my misery. We got 2 from 3 on this one, and a little bit of false hope because Delhi came back out there. They swing it deep now, New Zealand. They're on the ball. To fight back, considering they slept through a whole quarter. Yeah, I think your 180's cooked. I think you're right, Ken. Well, at the moment, 133. You need quite a stretch from here. Malawach for 3. Doesn't go. It's 15 threes from here. Ken will get you in the game. Low for the bucket. He gets his 2. Finally brings up the 50. Remembering Sydney brought up their 50 at half time. We're now 6:24 to go in this game for New Zealand to bring up their 50. Suarez thinks about going over the top to Bruce. Just happy to slide the clock down. 10 on the shot clock. Breakers will have to regroup for Sunday. They take on the Illawarra Hawks. As Suarez gets a little layup. 6 minutes to go here. Tim Suarez up to 15 points. I don't think anyone saw this coming from the Breakers. Webster. Perry Coppinen's going to be having some very serious conversations, I would have thought. On the edge of the lane, that's a nice jumper from Webster. Sydney just going through the motions at the moment. 86, 53. 13-11 in this quarter so far in the Breakers' favour. Robertson under pressure. Decides to shoot for 3 himself. Almost got it too. Sean Bruce hustling back, but Bairstow takes the rebound. Lopez fires it wide. Webster for 3. Doesn't go. Suarez almost got the rebound. It falls friendly for Robertson. Jalen Galloway's out there. He gives it off to Robertson. Back to Galloway at the top of the 3-point arc. Steps in, steps back, goes for 3, drains it. Galloway has got a hot hand. Take him up to 16 points. Can the 36ers beat the Jumpers? True. I think they will. I don't have a lot of confidence. I think it's going to, if Bryce Cotton can fire as we get a timeout here, Breakers get a bucket. The Kings are going to take a timeout. 89-55, 4:47 on the clock. They certainly can. It's just about where their motivation's at for Adelaide. They're sitting so far clear at the top of the table at the moment. They can sort of afford to drop a game, but it just depends where their mentality is. Will be interesting. What's everyone else's thoughts? Who do we like? What do we like in that Jack Jumpers game? What do we have in our wagers on? We'll have a separate live stream for that one. It'll go live just after this one. Just give me a minute to close this one down and jump across to that one, and we'll be rocking and rolling. As we wait for the timeout to wind down. Galloway's up to 16 points. We've got 6 players in double digits, Sydney. New Zealand have 1. This one on the Kings. There you have your money on the 36s. Well, good luck. If you want to stay up to date, jump across to that live stream when we head over there, the Adelaide and Tasmania one. And of course, if you haven't already, guys, I'd love it if you could hit like on the video. We've had a few more than 10 on there. We've got 10 likes, so that'd be wonderful. Hit subscribe, and plenty of you got involved in the comments. Nick, if you're floating around, what are you thinking for Adelaide, my friend? Hopefully we'll see you back on that one. Ken, you go in the overs. You two perennially against each other on that. Malowach throws it over the sideline here on the second attempt. 4:28 on the clock. Tarangi to Webster. Thanks, True. Appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see you back for a few more of these. We'll be back during the week next week. I think possibly Thursday night, because I'll have some other commitments on Wednesday night. Hey, Defunk. Yeah, they're a bit of a roller coaster this year. They've shot for 3 there. Doesn't come good. Malowach nearly goes out of bounds and he gets fouled by Lopez. A one in the game now. It was a one that checked in before. Mallowell's had very little time, but that looks like it might be Gock Mallowell checking in now too. So Sydney ringing all their changes, which is great to see the youngsters getting some minutes. So Gock Mallowell and Lueth Awan both out there. If they can get some buckets. Sydney's run from here. Melbourne, Brisbane, Tasmania, Adelaide, Illawarra. All at home, it says. That's a nice run for the Kings. 5 home games. There's Mallowell. Sets it up. Bruce gives it back to Malowach. Webster trying to steal the ball. I'm just sweat there. What are we going to have here? Good to see Ty Webster fighting. But the problem for New Zealand is this all but puts a nail in the coffin of any postseason hopes they had of going into the play-ins. Sean Bruce with a foul. Just a little jersey tug there. Silly one. 3:43 on the clock. Jack Jumpers would beat the 36ers for easy money. You're watching this from Sacramento. I like the Sydney Kings more than the Sacramento Kings. That's fair enough too. Yeah, well, we'll see. It should be a good game, the next one. I thought this would be an okay game, but that was the main game I really wanted to look forward to. I mean, I'm a Kings fan, so this appealed to me. Gone out of bounds, so it's going to be Sydney ball at the baseline. Mallowell inbounds to Malowach. Now Sean Bruce. Goodrick's in now. He's on the ball. Yeah, it wasn't far off. It's not even going to get, might not even get to 150 at this rate. If you had to take it under 150, it would have been huge odds. Nice rebounding offensively there from Mallowell. 3-point shot from deep for the Kings, and it just keeps adding salt into the wounds. We're up to 147. Yeah, even if you had taken under 170, as I said, it was at 183. I got 182. We've got some big numbers. There we go. Menenga hits a 3. He's heard us talking about these numbers, and he wants to get it up. 2:53 on the clock. It's hard to believe that anyone could have a 4-point quarter. But it looks like this will end up being their highest scoring quarter. They've already gone past their first 2 quarters. They'll score more points this quarter than they did in the first half at this rate. Goodrick gets a bucket for Sydney. They've had 36 shots from 3-point range, though. That is wild in itself, too. And then another 3 points for this to be a higher scoring quarter than they had in the first half. AOC, yeah, it was very one-sided. It was very one-sided in that second quarter. And outside of that, the margin at the moment, take that second quarter out of it, and the margin's only 11. So it's not really a blowout. Well, they were pretty okay for the first quarter, true. I'll give credit where credit's due. Sydney were better in the first quarter than New Zealand, but it wasn't. There was nothing hinting at that second quarter coming. And again, New Zealand were bad, but Sydney were very good defensively. They stuck to their principles, defended the zone, did the zone defense, shut things down. So It's interesting to see New Zealand's next games. They are on the road to Illawarra and Cairns, so they need to get some respite. Cairns got a win 2 days ago against Melbourne United. Illawarra got went to overtime last night with South East Melbourne, but then they play South East Melbourne on the road, New Zealand, then Adelaide at home and Melbourne at home. I mean, there's no easy games when you're playing basketball like this, but I tell you what, yeah, I'm going to put a line through them. They can't make the play-ins after this. Just disappointing for them. They might be able to escape with some pride. Looking at the Ignite Cup ladder, they're sitting on top of it at the moment. So maybe, just maybe, they'll play in the final of that, but that might be the positive for them. So, oh, nice spin move by Tarangi, but he overcooks the shot. Goodrick with the rebound. They fire it wide. Galloway. Bruce is there. But yeah, when we look at the league ladder there, going to be 4 games behind Tasmania, depending on the result later tonight. New Zealand turn it over again. Bruce thinks about an open 3. Galloway thinks about it too, gives it off. And there's Malawal getting a bucket and one. Some selfless play there from Galloway for his young teammate. Letting the youngster get on the scoreboard. Gok Malawal. He'll go to the line to try and make it 3 points. Now they go to work, New Zealand, trying to find something. Nice little jumper there. Lopez getting some fight back for them. Now they swing it wide. 3-point shot. Beautiful shooting for the Kings out wide. That's some wonderful basketball from Luetha-Wan. 99-60. New Zealand is sucks. Yes, that's fair. They do get another bucket there. This time through Taylor Britt, who has played very little minutes for some inexplicable reason. He's had 1 minute and 10 seconds. Got Jack Andrew out there now as well. They're just giving some youngsters a go. It's all but done. Inside the final minute here. Delhi's broken my heart. I could have had an absolute fill-up if he had done well. We've got a foul. Tukaha Cooper, who's out there as well for some late minutes. Everyone's got a run in the end. The game beyond the balance. Goodrick brings up the 100. Here we go for his second shot. Gets another one, 101-62. It is officially a blowout now with 52 seconds on the clock. Frank is just trying to find some buckets late. They flick it out. Tarangi goes wide. It's left short on the 3-point shot from Cooper. Now Luetha-Wan drops it back. Sean Bruce taking it over halfway. 15-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Yeah, it did well. They came back for you, Ketter. I just didn't know how much fight they'd have in them. Sean Bruce goes for the 3. We've got 20 seconds on the clock. Breakers in possession. They should get away the last shot here if they're smart and don't rush it. Lopez, they go inside and they miss, but there's a foul on Jack Andrew. The big red will go to the line. Misses the first one. The big boys tend to be a little bit lighter on the three-point shot quite often. So Kawatnoy will be your top scorer for the night. 11 seconds on the clock. Kings in possession. Awan trying to get the magic happening with Malawal. And we're going to have a foul. Be inbound on the baseline. 6.1 seconds on the clock. Bruce looking for someone. Gets it into Galloway. He's going to try for a jumper, is he? No. 3-point shot from outside. They look for a foul, the referees. They're going to sign it off. And they're going to say that is a foul. Oh, there they are. They are not. They are going to say it's a foul. So it's a 3-point shot. So we get 3 lines. MW, awesome, mate. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for this next game. Probably this one's fired through pretty quickly, so it'll probably take about an 8 or 10 minute break. But if you jump onto the channel, make sure you'll be able to join us for the next one. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you there. Adelaide take on Tassie. Malawal getting some junk time points now. Gets his first free throw. I think already got a bucket as well, so up to 3 points. I think everyone except Sean Bruce got some points tonight. Bruce, he didn't have a great night. None from 6. Very erroneous for him. There's going to be sweet bugger all time on the clock. And that is full time. 103-62. What a win for the Kings. I'm a very happy camper. 2 out of 3 bets as well. The unders salute. 165. That's always happy. MW, you're right about that. 150 to 170. Right in the middle, 165. Sydney Kings get the win. Breakers back to the drawing board. As I said, they scored 22 points in that quarter, which was 1 more point than they scored in the first half. Let's run through it. 2 players in double digits for them. Lopez with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Isaiah Brockton, 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Ruben Tarangi, 8 points. Robert Lowe, 7 points. Ty Webster, 6 points. Parker Jackson Cartwright got 3 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Sam Menenga, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Not much else to unpack. A few other stats there. Bairstow, 5 points, 5 rebounds, was reasonably good in the third quarter. For the Kings, it's a plethora of players. 18 points for Kawatnoy with 7 rebounds and an assist. He only played 17 minutes, so went better than a point a minute. Would have been good to see him maybe push for a double-double. 16 points for Jalen Galloway. He shot the lights out. Also got 7 rebounds and 2 steals. A great night out for JG. 15 points each for Tim Suarez and Makawach Malawach. Both got 7 rebounds as well. Suarez with 2 steals and an assist. Malawach with 1 steal. 14 points for Tyler Robertson. He picked up 5 rebounds, an assist and a steal as well. Some really good numbers overall from the team. Gok Malawal got 4 points late. Luethawan, 3 points coming in, getting some time off the bench. Delhi, 4 points. Sean Bruce, no points. Hunter Goodrick, 4 points. So great overall performance. Sydney Kings blow them out. Kawatnoy, unsurprisingly, the player of the game with 8 from 15 shooting and the 7 rebounds. But we will take a little bit of a break. As I said, we'll be back from probably about 10 minutes, 10 or 11 minutes on our other link. So head on over to tune into the Adelaide and Tasmania. I had to think for a second. Live stream. And if you haven't already, we'd love it if you hit like and subscribe. And thanks to those of you who've jumped into the comments. But yeah, we'll go live over there from about 10 minutes time. We'll take a short break. We'll fix up everything and we'll go from there. So thanks again, guys. And always good to have you tuning in. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll chat to you soon.